Thanks for tuning in to EDC Journeys. Thanks to LTK, LuvThemKnives, for loaning me some knives to look at. Hope you enjoyed the overview of the Luna Boost. If you liked the video, hit thumbs up and consider subscribing. What's going on, EDC people, and what's our journey today? I'm going to show you a knife that is an upgraded version of one of my favorites. Here's the original form, the Luna, REALSTEEL Luna. This is the light version with natural G10. It was an exclusive from White Mountain Knives. So that's the original knife to the new version I'm showing you now, the Luna Boost, which is titanium satin. There's the stock number, 7071, and it is a numbered knife, I believe. This one is number 180, if I remember correctly. Anyways, regardless of that, here's the knife. It's titanium. It's bead blast titanium. It's a frame lock. It's not a slip joint per se. It comes with a detachable thumb stud, so you can flip it open if you want to, or you can slow roll it out, or use two hands, I guess. You know, compared to the original, it looks pretty similar, doesn't it? It still has the elongated fuller. It's got a sharpening choil. It's got jimping on the bottom where you would, where your finger would go. Let me wipe those fingerprints off of that blade. And this is a knife that is from LuvThemKnives. My friend Lee over there sent me some knives to do reviews on. And this is one of only a couple of them that I'm really not going to carry too much. Mostly because of the bead blast titanium. I don't want to scratch it up on them. In addition to that, I've carried the REALSTEEL Luna enough that I feel like I know the dimensions in the blade well enough to discuss it. Speaking of which, this is N690. Yeah, there's the number 180. But it's N690 for blade steel. Isn't that kind of nice? I believe it comes in 2 or 3 different patterns. I think carbon fiber is an option, but I really like this titanium. Well, okay, it has the brass standoffs because there's no back spring. And it has the brass pivot, which matches the detachable thumb stud. So if you're in a country that you can't have the thumb stud, you can take that off. And coincidentally, it does fit the Luna Light, or the Luna. But it's what a cool little tool to have on this blade. This blade, if you remember the regular Luna, it's a razor. It's a very thin blade, and in N690 that's going to be really awesome. I really like the frame lock version. I really do. It's nice. Even the 3D milled pocket clip is beautiful. And in pocket, I just want to be careful. I'm looking through a camera here, and this is a razor blade. In pocket, you're going to see almost nothing. And it does have a lanyard hole. So it is, fairly well matching of the Luna, the regular Luna. But wow, what a classy upgrade. I really like it. You can slow roll it perfectly, no problem. I'm not exactly sure on the laws in the UK. I believe, I was watching Slicey Dicey's video on it, and he mentioned it's like, it has to be a 2-hand opening or no lock or something like that. So that's why they made the thumb stud detachable, and it comes with the tool to do that. And you can also move it around if you would rather it in a different spot. Let's see here. It has a maker's mark. I have to get used to where that thumb stud is. It has a maker's mark. You'll notice it right there. It's that skull pattern. Okay, yeah, I'll admit it. I had to pause the video to try to figure out if I could pronounce this guy's last name. It's like Jacob Wurkertzowicz. And I know I probably butchered that, but I'm sorry. So it's spelled WIEZORKIEWICZ. So, great. Yeah, so I saw in a picture just now while I looked that up, there was an all blacked out version. And again, I'm pretty sure there's one that's like this, but carbon fiber. So, of the three designs that I've seen, I think this one's the sharpest. They're all nice. They're all the same blade and design, but just to the eye, I really think that the brass pops with the titanium. I'm very impressed. I really loved the Luna when I saw the first one from when Rick Kearns let me borrow it. I had to have it, right? So I bought him a new one off Smoky Mountain Knife Works, and kept his. And now I'm looking at this one and I'm like, wow, this is amazing. My goddaughter's name is Luna, so it also has some sentiment in that sense. But a frame lock titanium knife, milled pocket clip, 3 standoffs. You could take it apart if you had to for some reason to clean it, I suppose. I still got that same jimping in the same spots like I was mentioning. In that removable thumb stud is in a great spot for your thumb to stop it too. This is not going to be a heavy, hard use knife, and it never was designed to be like that. This is a real, true EDC slip joint. Well, frame lock now. It's a laser beam, right? Remember, it goes right through. It can go through anything. It literally is a razor blade, and it's exciting that they made these as a result of the Real Steel fans asking for it. I think that it's really cool that Real Steel reacted in that fashion, and I really like it. So let's talk about some stats on it, get that out of the way. So I already mentioned the steel is Bowler N690. The blade length is 2 1/4 or 2 3/4 inches, which is 70 millimeters. The open blade length in total, or the open knife in total, is 6.61 inches or 168 millimeters. The weight, I did not check yet. Let's check that. This is in ounces. 1.99. So let's just say 2, but wow, that's really pretty light. And it is light. I mean, you can barely, this is an awesome carry. Let's switch over to grams. 56.42. That is a light knife. It really is. I wonder, you know what? I'm just curious. So we're still in grams. It was 56.42 for this one. 49.42 for the Luna Light. What is that in ounces? 1.7. So it's not that much heavier. This is 1.74, and this was pretty much 2.0. I've got some comparisons. And I love that thumb stud that you can actually flick it out if you want to. And again, it's got that long fuller, so if you if you need to, you can remove that thumb stud and use the fuller to pull it out with 2 hands. Okay, some comparisons. Well, let's start with the actual Luna. And let's see here. I've got the Civivi Odium, and I'll do it I'll try to do it pivot to pivot. Okay. Let's see what else is handy here. Bug out. Bug out being a little bigger, obviously. I've got the Civivi Elementum right here. A pair of 3. So blade-wise, the pair of 3 is remarkably similar. I remember saying that when with the original, not the real Luna, but the original Luna. The blade, even the shape of it and length of it is almost exactly the same. So handle-wise, you know, the pair of 3 is obviously much larger, but that cutting length is almost identical, except for the real steel is going to be so much more thinner. So we'll stop there for comparisons because that really hardly matters. Here it is compared to the Tucson 264 that I'm calling the Megalodon, and I think we all should. Okay. Oh, you know what? I've been forgetting to pull out the channel mascot knife. I gotta do that. There we go. Okay. So, let's take the caliper, and in millimeters, we'll do the blade stock at its thickest. 1.93, so say 2 millimeters. I'm not good at the behind the edge measurement, so we'll just skip that. 2 millimeter blade stock, 9 millimeters on the handle, which is 0.35 in inches, so much thinner than your average EDC at about 0.5. Yeah, again, this is one that I'm really not going to carry around. You know, I might play with it just to, and then update you if there's anything to tell you, but I'm too afraid. I don't want to make any snail trails on Lee's knife, and I can't thank him enough. If you don't know LuvThemKnives, go check out his channel. I'd be surprised if you didn't know him, though. He's a great guy, good friend, and he's helping me out by sending me knives. He's basically being my knife pimp, sending me some knives and giving me the time needed to hold on to them, use them, and review them and get them up on my channel. And that's really awesome of him. And this is one of them. But again, because I've done the actual Luna, I'm not going to carry this in pocket and risk scratching it at all, especially being in early version and numbered. So I wanted to get this up as soon as I could. That having been said, I'll give you a closer look at the liner lock. So you do see it has a reinforced steel. I'm trying to show it to you, but I can't quite see it. Where is it? Well, hard to see. Very blurry. Okay, well, whatever. It's got the reinforced steel on the liner lock. Other than that, it's got the 3 standoffs. There's really no skeleton. Well, there is skeletonization. Let me get back. Where's my flashlight? Get back over here. Not a whole lot. Well, yeah, there is. There really is. So they brought that right down to two ounces on purpose, really. As for the folks who are concerned about the, not having a thumb stud or not a thumb stud. I've been calling flipper tabs thumb studs in every video lately. Not having a flipper or anything stopping your finger from going forward, you do still have that nice jimping. It's very fine and it works. It really does grab your finger. And again, this is the type of knife that you're not going to be prying anything with. It's so thin that it's a laser beam. So you're not going to pry anything with it. You'll break it. You're really just using this to cut things open, cut things off for basic EDC needs. And at 2 ounces, and the fact that you can use it one-handedly is, where it's legal to, is so awesome. I really think that's cool. So the pocket clip is titanium. They changed, you had the stainless steel on the original Luna. You see the difference there? You can see obviously it has a back spring. This one doesn't. The blade, because it doesn't have that back spring, is not exposed, so you don't have that like where like normal slip joints where it has to have an exposed part usually to line up and be flush at the top. This one doesn't. So that's one variation that I'm just noticing. I really like that. And it's got the lanyard hole for lanyard fans. It does have the contoured spots here, which I love. Yeah, I'm a big fan of this knife. Just like I was with this one with Rick. I just had to have it. It wasn't going back to him no matter what. But this one's pretty special. I'll give you one good close look at it and then I'll wrap it up. Let me wipe off that blade for this. So you see the REALSTEEL logo, the sharpening choil. You can see how you take apart or take off or adjust the thumb stud, and yes, the tool is in the box. The jimping on the top and the bottom. The classy brass pivot cover. The 3D milled pocket clip. The 3 standoffs. Also brass, looks nice with the B-Blast titanium. And there's, Jacob's Maker's Mark again. Number 180, made out of N690, which is really great steel from what I've been reading. I have not encountered, this is the first N690 blade I've seen or had in my possession, so I have not done much with it. Maybe that's the one thing I can play with and get back to you on, is Bowler N690, testing it out, but I'm sure it's a great laser beam, just like the original, if not better. It's a sharp looking knife. I would not mind having it. Okay, so that's pretty much it, guys. I just wanted to really show you the new REALSTEEL Luna Boost in its new frame lock variant. Titanium, quite beautiful, I think. Let me know what you think down below. Would you prefer the blacked out version where everything's blacked out, or the carbon fiber, or do you like this one? What do you think of the idea of it being a frame lock, or do you think it should have stayed a slip joint? let me know. Give me your thoughts down below. I'll talk to you later. Have a great day. As always, thanks for tuning in to EDC Journeys. If you liked the video, hit the thumbs up button, consider subscribing, and a special thank you to LuvThemKnives LTK for helping me out with some loaner knives to review. Have a great day.